Well, the Buckeye football season is upon us. Hello, everyone. I'm Dom Tiberi, joined by Adam King and Nicole Shearin. And Big Ten Media Day taking over center stage in Indianapolis for the Buckeyes. And I just want to say this to you guys. Great job over there. But I was a little surprised Ryan Day didn't name a quarterback. And here's what I'm going to say. And I know what you're saying, but let me just say this. He brought Will Howard here for a reason. And I think Will, and now you tell me I'm wrong, but is Will Howard, in your mind, the clubhouse leader? Is he the guy? I would have just named it and got it over with.
Well, yeah, he's the clubhouse leader. I think he's your starting quarterback, and I don't argue that Ryan doesn't know that. But here's the thing. Ryan Day walked off the field in spring ball, and he said to you and I don't know. I don't know who it is. I've got to look at the film. He looked at the film, and he said, I still don't know. So he can't, for Devin Brown, for any of those guys, say, you know what, we haven't practiced once, we haven't gotten together once, but my heart just tells me it's going to be Will Howard. He can't do it. He's got to give it a week of fall camp. He's got to give Devin Brown
So you say in a week, he's going to give it a week?
So it's interesting. I asked Ryan today about the open fall camps, you know how they're having the fans in,
right.
And I said, how does that kind of impact you? Because it does change how you're going to practice. And so I do wonder if it will take a little more time for them to decide on the QB, solely because the first four practices or first two practices, whatever they are going to be walkthroughs just because they don't want to reveal anything. But yes, with 3 weeks to go in camp, they will have Will Howard as their quarterback.
All right, Nicole Shearin, what did it surprise you? I really thought he was going to do it. I was on Bo Bishop's show, and Bo and I both agreed that we thought he might do it. He might just come out and do it. Were you surprised?
No, I'm not. And kind of what Adam said, obviously, he could have. But what's the harm in him not? What's the harm in him waiting a little bit longer, right? Like Adam said, now is kind of a weird time because you haven't started fall camp yet. So why not name him 3-4 weeks ago if that's the case? So I think there's no harm in waiting. Why ruffle any feathers or make some noise when you don't really need to right now?
All right, I want your take. You met Ryan Day. Obviously, there's a little bit of pressure on that man. How did you find him, the way he handled everything? This was your first experience with him.
Cool, calm, and collected, honestly. Like Adam and I talked about it. Experience, the fact that this is nothing new for him. He's used to having that kind of target on his back. He's used to his guys having that target on their back. You would not have heard him talk or looked at him and thought that this was a guy stressed out about the pressure of the season or anxious about the expectations. He seemed cool, calm, and just ready to take it on.
Ryan, you think about Adam, Ryan Day, as far as the pressure. We had Ross Bjork in here a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about, hey, there's pressure, there's no question, and Coach knows it. With that said, did anything surprise you from the media asking him questions? Because, he's lost to Michigan 3 years in a row, and everybody's talking, oh, this is the year. Was he asked anything like that today?
I think what is more surprising, well, there's two things. One, I think we have reached the point where Michigan winning the Big Ten isn't odd, and that's surprising. It wasn't weird today that Michigan's banner was hanging up there. It was a little weird last year and certainly the year before.
I don't particularly care for him, ladies and gentlemen.
But you could tell that there was this feeling of, okay, this isn't a fluke. This hasn't been a 2-year thing. This isn't sign stealing. We've got to get back to who we are. And they were not afraid to say that today. I mean, Jack Sawyer said, we hate them, they hate us, and that's how we like it. But with Ryan, I don't think that he's been as shy with the expectations this year. A lot of the times, you talk about expectation. You talk about national title, and he says, yeah, we have our goals, beat the team up north, win the Big Ten title and the national title. But then he has also said this year, and he said today a lot, we know the talent that we have this year. We know the experience that we have. Saying, you know what? We know what Urban Meyer is saying. We know what Jim Tressel's saying. We know it's natty or bust. We can't allow that to dictate how we play tomorrow, but we know it.
Yeah, and I agree 100% with what you were saying. I was going to say, he's kind of embraced this.
Yeah.
He knows what the expectations are. He knows better than anyone the talent they have brought into Ohio State because he did it. And I don't know, there's almost like a calm confidence when I talk to him, when I see it. And let me just say this. I am so sick and tired of the people on Twitter, on social media, that root for that team up north. Congratulations. You have won 3 years in a row. But why poke the bear? Why go out of your way Why go out of your way to come after the Ohio State fans, which they do constantly? You know what? I know this much. There's a senior class that came back, and those guys, Nicole, are on a slow burn. They are on a slow burn, and they've come back, and I can't wait. The only thing that I don't like, although it'll be good if they beat them and then get to play them again in the Big Ten championship, and beat them again.
You don't want that
would, but I think it's stupid that they're keeping the Big Ten championship with everything else that's going on. But this team is on a slow burn. Did you get that feeling when you talked to the players?
So what I was going to say was, I think that poke the bear and how there's all this hate. Yeah, I know there's always been hate between the two. But I think that this year is what even pushes them even further to accomplish what they really want to accomplish this season. I mean, you saw it. We've heard it all, preseason. We've heard it all offseason. Talking to Jack Sawyer today and Emeka, I mean, you could tell right then and there that Jack is so confident about the guys on this roster. He came back for a reason. Emeka came back for a reason. All these guys came back for one reason.
To beat that team.
Yeah, to beat that team. And when you say don't poke the bear, well, I think that poking is even more fuel to the fire.
They're constantly doing it. I mean, they're putting memes up of Ryan Day every opportunity.
Stay off Twitter, Dom.
Yeah,
I
can't on Twitter.
Wait a minute, you're telling me to stay off?
I love Twitter from a new, to learn things and see. But you're reading all the memes and all the hate articles.
Because they sent it to me. I have people sending me pictures of cats.
I sent you one picture of a cat.
Cats and Michigan stuff.
Okay, so you asked me the surprise from Big Ten Media Day. I think my biggest surprise is how honest Jack Sawyer was today. Now, Dom, I don't want to pat ourselves on the back, but you and I, since day one when Jack got on campus, have been big Jack Sawyer fans.
Oh, I love that.
After every game, we knew what was coming. Even when he was struggling, we've known. And now he is a prominent player in college football. He is going to be a first-round talent if he lives up to the expectations this season. But to hear him say today that he disappointed Ryan Day and he disappointed the city, and that he felt that after growing up as a kid in Ohio, not beating Michigan for 3 years, you could just see this look in his face of like he's reliving it. And I thought that was so interesting because when you talk about these guys coming back, we obviously say, oh yeah, they want to win, they want to come back and beat Michigan. But for Jack, it's so personal. It's the idea that he's a Columbus guy. He was Ryan's first recruit. He wants to come back and win those gold pants so he can hang them proudly. This isn't about a trophy. This isn't about
They want to
money.
beat that team.
It really, I think today was the first time that I saw just how removed from the game. I mean, obviously they're upset after the game,
It's
but
personal.
still removed. It's so personal, and we're 7 months removed from the last one.
And what I like the best, Nicole and Adam, is that the defense. There's a lot of character on that defense. And I look at the Jack Sawyers and I look at the JT Tuimoloau's that could have gone. They came back for one reason. They want to get that team. And as I said before, they're on a slow burn. And when you have a defense that I think is going to be as good as this defense, you've heard me say a defense win championship.
True.
I think they are going to set the tone, the defense is, and they're going to bring holy heck. They're bringing it. They're bringing it. They're going to bring holy heck. I can't say the other one. But let me just tell you this other thing. Everyone thinks Chip Kelly is going to be passing. They're going to run the ball down their throat, and then that's going to set the pass up.
I just want to say real quick, I'm so glad that we came back to do this in studio so that Nicole could experience you on one of these little
This is really great.
raps.
This is really awesome.
I'm just
gets
saying.
fired up. He doesn't particularly care for that team up
I
north.
don't.
Right.
And look, they don't care for Ohio State. We don't care for them, and that's fine. But you Twitter people, watch it. I'm telling you. Anything else you would like to say?
Well, Nicole, how was your first Big Ten meeting?
It was great. I mean, I was taking it all in. Any media days are fun. I've been to Big 12, been to SEC, I've been to some other ones, but Big 10, first time, I loved it. It was great. I learned a lot. I got to meet a lot of people, meet a lot of the players.
We don't particularly care for the SEC either.
I know. That's a different discussion.
I will say this, Dom, the thing that got so thrown under the rug, and I said it on air a bunch because I still can't believe it. They got USC jerseys hanging up over there. They got Oregon jerseys. Like, they're doing this thing for real. Like,
Did y'all see, speaking of Twitter, did y'all see the big Oregon duck that was
they had a
apparently
duck
in the
in the
Indy River?
You believe that?
Yeah.
They've taken a Big Ten
Crazy.
country has changed, and I've just been pushing it down the line. But today, I mean, Dan Lanning's going to speak this week.
Yep.
Lincoln Riley's going to be in Indy. This is real. This is
happening.
You know,
And I think,
18
and I don't
strong.
think they're done growing. I think there's going to be I think eventually Notre Dame has to come in. Can you imagine when the Irish are in this
Oh,
thing?
man.
goodness.
I mean, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing I give the Big Ten credit for one thing, and you think, and nothing against the SEC, but most of the college towns in SEC country are like Tuscaloosa and that
Right.
type stuff, you know. And then you look at where the Big Ten markets are now: Los Angeles, Chicago, Columbus, Ohio, New York. I mean, it's amazing.
They've got into Washington now.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean it's big time. Oregon, you know, they're that whole state.
Well, that was the whole goal. I mean, they're a nationwide conference.
They are.
now.
Yes,
And
yes. I give them credit.
Yeah.
I give them credit. It's going to be interesting to see where this ends and how many more come in. I mean, you know, right now there's two super conferences in my opinion:
Right.
the SEC and the Big Ten, and then the others are
Then
trying
everybody
to keep.
else.
I don't know that I could name. I mean, I'm a diehard college football fan. I think I got to sit down and study a map to tell you which conference everybody's in getting ready for this season.
Well,
Yeah.
I saw a Big 12 logo on Arizona's field. I didn't know they were in the Big 12. I mean, this is getting out of hand.
And then remember, we're going to have a 12-team playoff.
Yes.
So it's going to
A lot of shakeups.
Ryan is right about one thing. Depending on how this thing goes, you got to figure Ohio State would be considered a lock every year to get in the playoff.
Right.
They should be.
I thought you were going to. Sorry, go ahead.
But if they do, you know, it depends on if they sneak in or what they got to do. But, you know, they may have to play. They may not be a top seed. They may have to play their way through it, you know.
I thought you were going to mention when he keeps talking about how they're going to need the depth at quarterback.
Oh, they are.
And I think-
2014.
I think that's really interesting. 2014 is a great regard, but
Three of them.
Even the idea that, okay, Devin, you might not be the starter. We got 16 games to get
Yeah.
through. Chaos happens. I mean, look how many times Devin played last year, and he wasn't the starter. And that was, you know,
Well,
with
and you
Devin
also
being
never
hurt.
know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you're right. And here's the thing, because mark this down, ladies and gentlemen. For you folks out there that were mad that JT didn't run.
This is pretty long.
CJ didn't run.
no, wait, we need to write
that
this
he
down.
didn't run.
Yeah.
Guess what? There's a new sheriff in town, and the quarterback is going to run this year. And when the quarterback runs, things happen.
Things happen.
What is pretty long?
You
Well,
said,
you said take
mark this
notes.
down, and then you
Yeah.
started.
You were
A
talking too
diatribe.
quickly.
Yeah, I ran out of room on my hand.
Okay, nice suit, by the way.
Well, thank you very much.
Where did you get that?
Okay, let's not go there.
Anyways,
Thank you.
Anyways, anything else? That's it. He is Adam King. She is our newest, and we love the fact that she is here, Nicole Shearin. Do me a favor, follow her on Facebook,
you. The plug.
follow her on Twitter, follow him on Twitter. You can try Facebook, but he doesn't. And then I'm
Not about that.
And then I'm the coolest grandpa here. I am on Facebook. I am on Twitter. I am on Snapchat. I am on Instagram. And yes,
Wow.
I'm on TikTok.
I knew that was how you were ending this thing.
Wow.